Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and today we're going to take a look at a waterproof fitness tracker from YAMAY, the SW350. Keep watching to find out more. Okay, so today we're going to take a look at another smart fitness band. This time is from YAMAY. This is the SW350. Now this is what I would consider inexpensive fitness tracker, which has some really nice features to it. Some which you expect, some which are actually nice additions. So let's go through some of the specs of this thing before we take it out of the box. So it's a heart rate monitor, foremost. That is the main kind of thing of these fitness trackers, I guess. It's also a step pedometer, so you can see how many steps you're doing on a daily basis. So you can set yourself those kind of fitness goals. So if you're kind of getting out of shape a little bit and you want to lose a few pounds, then this is the kind of thing which is going to kind of give you that little extra nudge just to do a few more steps a day, just to get your fitness levels up, which I think is a great idea. It measures distance that you've run or walked or been. That uses GPS from your phone as well. It's not built into the device itself, it's actually on your phone, so it's part of the app. It measures calories. Again, it's kind of like a little bit hit and miss exactly with calories, obviously, but it gives you a good idea or an estimation of how many calories you're losing or gaining, possibly. And also it's got a sedentary alert. So if you're sat down, not moving around a great deal, you can set a predefined alarm so that if you're not moving, it will kind of give you a gentle nudge again, just to, I don't know, get up, go and walk up and down the stairs a few times, or go out, do some shopping, or whatever it may be, just to get you up and moving, which is a great idea. Also, you've got some really nice extra features, such as the sleep monitor, so you can monitor your sleep patterns. So if you wear it to bed, it will see what your heart rate's like, see what your movement's like, and it will give you an idea of how you're sleeping. So if there's any possible potential issues there, you can check them out in the app and then maybe go and seek some medical advice. Also, you get the nice things, which is the SMS Alerts and SNS Alerts. So if you get a text message come into your linked device, you can just look at your wrist and see who the message is from and what the message is. And that goes the same for other things like WhatsApp, Facebook, Messenger, all those kinds of things. There are a selection of apps you can choose, you can toggle on or off, so you don't have to have them all on, or you don't have to have any of them on if you don't want to. You can disable the features altogether if you'd rather just keep it nice and simple. So that's a brief overlook of what the device is like. Let's take it out of the box and see what it actually looks like. Now actually, before we take it right out of the box, one thing I did notice about the packaging of this, the packaging actually does look a little Christmassy already. I don't know whether it's a little bit too early to say the C word, but it certainly does look a bit Christmassy with this kind of red on green look. I don't know, maybe it's a subtle hint. But anyway, the packaging, it's got a metal or magnetic clasp on the box which folds open, which I think looks really good. If you're receiving this as a gift, Christmas present, birthday present, whatever it may be, I think actually it does look the part in this little box. So it's a good gift to receive. So that is the flap on the box. Let's actually take it out of the box now, shall we? So there's the tracker itself, and what else do we get in here? There is a happy or not happy leaflet, so I guess that's contact details. So if you've got a problem with the device or you've got a suggestion or whatever, there's contact details in there. It's probably, yeah, and there's a QR code as well, so you can always use a QR code if you want to. You get a booklet, which is a instruction manual. It's a little bit small on print in there, so I probably won't be able to show you it very well, but you can get an idea of what goes on, and it gives you a guide of what the kind of the screen options are, sub modes, sports modes, all those kinds of things. So the important thing is the tracker itself. So let's take a look at this tracker. Now there's 3 versions of this tracker available in 3 colors. There is the black, which is this one, which is actually like a kind of grey on black, like a charcoal color. There's a green version and there's also a red version. I guess that ties in with the packaging again. So the strap itself is probably about 12 to 13 mil wide. It's not a particularly wide strap, so it's quite a sort of, I wouldn't say dainty, but it's not a big chunky strap like the Fitbit Surge. It's probably about half the size of that, to be honest with you. So this is suitable, it's a unisex. It looks really nice, the strap's really cool. We like that a lot. So let's do the peel. So the screen itself, underneath the screen there's a touch sensitive button which you can press, and that will wake the device. Also it'll wake the device if you kind of move your wrists quickly. It will come on briefly and show you the time, the date, which actually not showing the date is a massive problem with the new Fitbit Charge HR3 or the Charge 3, whatever they want to call it nowadays. There's a lot of backlash about that, where the screen just shows the time, which is rubbish, because most people, if they're like, I don't know, writing out a check or filling in a form, the first thing you do is move your wrist, oh, that's the date, rather than having to go swip to find it. So that actually is an actual killer feature at the moment. So moving on through the menu, so if you press the button again, it goes on to steps, then it will go on to your heart rate. So it'll show, actually if I put my finger behind there, hopefully it'll pick up a heart rate. So at the moment my resting heartbeat is about 70, 69. Is it going to go up? Yep, 70. So my resting heartbeat is about 70 at the moment, which isn't great, but at least I'm alive. Right, let's go on to the next feature. So the next feature is, it tells you if you've got an alarm set, it will tell you what time your alarm is, which is very handy. And then moving on to the next one is the exercise cycle. So you've got walking, you've got running, and then you've got cycling. Now those three are actually built in as standard. If you go into the app, there's up to 14 different modes of exercise you can pre-select. You can only choose 3 at a time, I think it is. But again, realistically, I think most people who are going to get this aren't going to be massively serious athletes. They're just going to be people who want to keep an eye on what they're doing, keep an eye on their steps, that kind of thing, measure their heart rate, and basically use it as just a fancy watch, which for the price, which I'll go into now, this at the moment is $29.99 on Amazon, which I actually think is a really reasonable price when, if you consider this has got very similar features to the Charge 3, which is in the region of about 100 to 130 pounds. So for kind of like for argument's sake, a fifth of the price of the Charge HR, you get a lot of the features and you actually get the date on the screen, which for me is a great thing. And I don't know why they didn't include that on the Charge. But anyway, let's have a look and see how we actually charge this thing. Because from what I can see, the strap is a very, very snug fitting strap. And if you look at it, it's the design is very seamless. And there doesn't seem to be any charging ports on the back. So, like most YAMAY products, I would imagine the charging port is going to be at the base of the watch. So let's just remove the strap. Yeah, so you wiggle the strap off, and on the base of the strap is the USB connections. So you don't have any cables or anything like that included with this. Literally, if there's a USB plug somewhere, which there isn't one on my desk at the moment, but you can literally just plug it in and it will charge. Now, I would imagine the battery in this is probably going to take a full charge in probably about maybe half an hour, if that. And they estimate that the battery should last you best part of a week, so 5 to 7 days, depending on your usage. So you shouldn't have to take it off very often. And actually, that is the beauty of it, because it is a waterproof or IP68 rated device. You can wear this while you're doing washing up, while you're swimming, while you're in the shower, obviously when you're sleeping. There's no moving parts as such. All you've got is the back with the LED where it shines on your wrist to measure your blood flow and your heart rate, all that kind of stuff. So it is essentially a sealed device. So there's no reason why you shouldn't take this into wet or damp conditions. So overall, I'm really impressed with this. The app, actually I'll quickly go into the app. The app it uses is called VeryFitPRo, which I've already installed on my phone, and you can go through and there's a massive list of things you can change. You can monitor obviously your heart rate in there, your distances and all that sort of thing. It looks like a very flexible app, and in fact this app is used by a lot of kind of not generic, but a lot of the kind of Chinese mass-produced trackers. So even if you haven't heard of YAMAY, this app's been around for a long time. It's had loads of updates, and I'm pretty much guarantee you're going to get updates on it. So you're not going to buy this and then suddenly get left in the lurch with no ability to sync. That shouldn't ever be a problem, because it's quite a generic chipset they use in these as well. So you should find support is very easy. But again, it's $29.99. It's not a massive investment, but if you want to dip your toes into the, no pun intended, if you want to dip your toes into the kind of the world of activity tracking and smart watches, then this is definitely a really good way of doing that. So anyway, this has been an overview and quick first kind of look at the YAMAY 350. I'll put the links in the description below so you can check out for yourself. But in the meantime, I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and this is the YAMAY SW350. Thanks for watching.